Hello children, today we are going to speak about cloning. Open your books at page 17, exercise 1. The diagram shows the animal's cloning process. Check any unknown words in your dictionaries. What would you like to know about cloning? Say 3 questions you would like to ask. Listen to the opinion.
Can we make clones of plants? What was the first animal to be successfully cloned? Is cloning safe?
Here are the answers for these questions.
Can we make clones of plants? Yes, we can. What was the first animal to be successfully cloned? Dolly the sheep in the UK. Is cloning safe? Not really. Cloning is not very successful, and animals have short lives.
Now look at these new words, listen, repeat and write down them in your vocabularies.
Defect.
Plant tissue culture.
Tissue.
In exercise 2, you are to match the heading to the gaps. Let's watch the video.
Cloning. Cloning is a process used to create a genetically identical copy of a living organism. So far, scientists have successfully cloned DNA, cells, tissues, and whole plants and animals. A lot of commercial plants are created by a process called plant tissue culture, where part of a plant is cut off and a new plant is grown from the cutting. But it doesn't stop at plants. Scientists in the UK made history when they cloned Dolly the sheep. They extracted DNA from an adult sheep cell and inserted it into an unfertilized egg, which they had removed the nucleus from. The egg was implanted into a female sheep to grow, and Dolly the sheep was born. Cloned animals may have some benefits. They could be used in medicine for testing new drugs and medical treatments. They may also be useful in agriculture, as clones of animals that produce a lot of meat or milk. Cloning could also be used to save certain animal species from extinction. Nevertheless, the cloning process is so expensive that none of these options are very practical at the moment. Cloning has not yet been perfected, and many cloned animal embryos do not survive. Dolly the sheep was the only clone to be born after 276 attempts. Cloned animals also often have defects, such as large organs and problems with their immune systems. They also age fast and die young. Dolly only lived for 6 years, half the average lifespan of a normal sheep. As for cloning endangered species, that idea is not a good one, because producing a population of genetically identical organisms would only mean that they would lack the genetic variation necessary for species survival.
And now let's check the headings. In exercise 3, you are to answer the questions. Is the author in favor or against cloning?
I think the author is neither for nor against cloning. He or she has written a balanced article describing the process and mentioning the benefits and drawbacks of cloning.
And what about you? Listen to the opinion.
I am against cloning. I think it is unnecessary.
In exercise 4, you are to find the main idea in each paragraph to give a short summary. Look at the model and listen.
A clone is a genetically identical copy of a living organism. Scientists use tissue culture to produce cloned plants, and they extract DNA and use it to create an animal clone, such as Dolly the sheep. Cloning could be beneficial in the production of new medicines, agriculture, or conservation efforts in the future. However, cloning is not perfect, and cloned animals have defects and a shortened lifespan.
Exercise 5. You are to find more information about cloning and make a presentation.
Cloning technology is constantly moving forward. This is because scientists are developing new techniques and systems all the time. In recent years, there have been some significant breakthroughs in the field of cloning. One example is the new ZEBRA system developed by scientists at the University of Bayreuth in Germany. When we clone genetically engineered bacteria in order to produce a medicine or substance, not all of the clones are successful. What's more, an expensive and time-consuming screening process is required to identify and eliminate unsuccessful clones. ZEBRA solves this issue. It ensures that successful clones are able to grow and even produce colonies, meaning that cloning can be done more quickly and efficiently. Cloning and genetic engineering are incredibly useful in that they allow us to quickly produce life-saving medicines, such as insulin, in a more ethical way. Furthermore, cloning can also be used to grow new human tissue, which has a variety of applications in surgical procedures. That said, there is still a lot that we don't know about cloning. For example, its potential effects on the food chain, ecosystem, and gene pool are largely unknown, and this is something that should be kept in mind. Not everyone is in agreement when it comes to the topic of cloning. However, there's no denying that it certainly is an interesting topic.